Whether you are listening to this live feed of ours or its recorded version eventually on our YouTube channel, let me welcome all of you to episode 22. That's the 22nd episode of FirstMetroSec BeSTies, Beltran, Tarog Investment Education Series. Today happens to be the 13th of August. That means we are 13 days into this Hungry Ghost month. You know, urban legend has it that we're actually better off putting off investing, or better off liquidating our existing investments during this month. This is for us to protect them from hungry ghosts. That is, of course, not wise for us to open new businesses, and that there's nothing we can do about it. That's why this afternoon, let me run you through anything and everything you need to learn and unlearn about Ghost Month, while paying homage to the 80s hit animated series Ghostbusters with our episode entitled Who Ya Gonna Call? All right. First things first, what exactly is Ghost Month? All right. Though there are really no historical evidence as to when the Hungry Ghost Festival started, it is traditionally celebrated during the 7th month of the Chinese lunar calendar, or the 8th month of, if we were going to convert it to the Western calendar, the Gregorian calendar. And as Cara mentioned, August in modern millennial terms. Other Asian countries celebrate this during the 15th of the month. China, on the other hand, one-ups everyone else as they celebrate this festival for an entire month. We Filipinos are so competitive that we do not only celebrate Ghost Month, but we also observe, number one, the National History Month under Proclamation 339, signed February 16, 2012. Number two, we also celebrate the National Science Club Month under the Department of Education's Order Number 8 Series of 2013. Number three, we also celebrate the National Language Month or Buwan ng Wika under Presidential Proclamation 1041 Series of 1997, and most importantly, National Indigenous Peoples Month under DepEd Memo 100 Series of 2019. Take that, Asian neighbors. You know, a wise man once said that during the first day of the 7th month of the lunar year, the gates of hell open, and for the next 30 days, ghosts from the underworld roam the earth seeking justice. Because these are not your ordinary ghosts. These are ghosts of people who weren't able to get the proper respects they deserve on earth. Their main mission is to seek revenge on the living by bringing misfortunes and by getting their possessions to get even. Perhaps the more practical question is, are we supposed to fear the ghost month? Ghosts generally scare us. I mean you, not me, because I ain't afraid of no ghosts, and because not all ghosts are scary. Of course, the gates of hell open, allowing evil spirits to roam the land of the living, and over the course of time, the Chinese have devised ways to appease the ghosts and ensure a relatively safe month. They visit temples, they offer ghost money, they leave food outside the house as an offering to the roaming ghosts. But that's not all. There are also a lot of things that people who observe Ghost Month avoid doing, because they either don't want to attract the attention of ghosts or because they're afraid of getting bad luck. So I was researching, I came across various articles about, of course, the Hungry Ghost Month, the Hungry Ghost Festival, and they all seem to have these outlawed activities in common. Traditional belief dictates that during the Ghost Month, it's wise if you do not open a new business, because it will be full of misfortune and will not last long. Number two, don't move into a new house, because you will be sharing it with the hungry ghosts. Number three, do not talk to yourself. because this will attract the attention of roaming spirits. While some people may find this list quite absurd, especially at this day and age, we have come to respect the fact that this festival is a very serious part of the Chinese culture, that it even translates to the belief that in order for them to protect their belongings, possessions, and even money from the hungry ghosts, they have to physically withdraw them from banks, investment companies, and even from the stock market to make sure that they get to keep all of them physically safe in a place within their homes. So before talking about Ghost Month Survival 101, let us just answer one more very important question. Is it really something we have to be afraid of? While there's no historical evidence as to the origin of the Ghost Month, what I can share with you is that as far as historical performance is concerned, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, or the barometer of the performance of the Philippine stock market, actually lost about 17% over the previous 15 ghost months. While it's not true that the stock market will almost always end up in a bloodbath the entirety of the ghost month, historical performance shows that at least over the previous 15 years, it ended in the red 10 times. Statistically speaking, that's 66.6666% of the time. What a ominous number. Now, these numbers could actually be a function of people taking advantage of the exodus, the flight of funds, as they get to enter the market cheap and buy their stocks at a discount. If we're going to look at September numbers this time around, we can actually see that there's something to the effect that there's actually this post-ghost month rebound. Because over the same period of time, the PSEI actually rebounded or performed quite well in 9 of the last 15 ghost months. Accumulated returns of almost 27%. That being said, it's pretty safe to say that the ghost month actually presents a lot of opportunities for long-term investors, especially picking up oversold but fundamentally sound blue chip stocks. Traders, on the other hand, are advised to be cautious, but volatilities actually present still good trade opportunities. Additionally, you guys also need to know that during the exact same period, most Western, this time we're talking about the Western fund managers, the Western culture, most Western fund managers take their time off of work and go on vacation. They call this period the dog days of summer, named in the olden times by the Mediterranean people to describe the period when Sirius, or the dog star, a constellation, comes into conjunction with the sun. In the modern times, this dog days of summer phase refers to the hottest period of the year, perhaps the European and American fund managers' version of opening the gates of hell. Regardless of your belief, your traditions, of your race, it's pretty difficult to determine market movement with 100% accuracy. However, because we are now guided with historical performance figures, we can now say with confidence that whether it's because of the ghost month or the dog days of summer or economic or political tensions, statistically speaking, the Philippine stock market and the investors in general seem to be spooked. Fundamentally sound stocks that go up eventually goes down. This is because existing stockholders need to sell their position for them to make money. Fundamentally sound stocks that go down eventually go up because people take advantage of picking them up at oversold prices, cheap, at a discount. The good thing is, FirstMetroSec clients will never run out of trading and investing ideas because we provide them with daily, weekly, and monthly recommendations. Which stocks are worth buying at certain price points and the reasons why. Which stocks are worth selling at certain price points and the reasons why. Which stocks are just worth looking into for now and the reasons why. You don't have to be afraid of getting fed with the wrong information because these reports are thoroughly crafted by our internationally recognized research team. So you no longer have to do the researching. Just leave it to the experts. Just leave it to us. Because what's actually scary is that if we are not going to start investing, we'll just end up losing money in deposits, which earn 0.25% per annum before tax. But at the same time, prices of goods and commodities, as measured by inflation, goes up an average of about what, 3% over the past decade. If we just keep on putting our money exclusively in deposits, our money won't grow as fast as the increase in prices of goods and commodities out there. Because what's actually scary is the fact that even in the advent of internet banking, even in the advent of online investment platforms, even in the advent of safe and user-friendly online stock brokerage mobile apps, 99% of Filipinos have yet to invest in the Philippine stock market. Because what's actually scary is that saving for emergency funds and investing for your growth fund is something that will only take you back, what, 5 or 10 minutes per payday. But we still opt to spend time doing the unproductive stuff. As Filipinos, we still collectively average close to 4 hours of social media screen time per day. And here we are complaining how difficult it is to work for money and to earn for a living, making all sorts of excuses not to start making our money work, delaying that day one further into one day. Because what's actually scary is that we celebrate Ghost Month. We believe that ghosts are responsible for stock market downtrends, and we take everything at face value. But we still fall for investment scams promising us Sirius, the sun, the moon, and the stars, instead of putting our money in legitimate investment outlets and have investment experts guide us along the way. Because what's actually scary is that you are more concerned that hungry ghosts are at their strongest during August 15th, but you're not afraid of losing out on the opportunity to invest a portion of what you're going to receive that payday. Your first paycheck for August and your 15th for 2019. During the ghost month, they say, do not open a new business. We say, then why not co-own somebody else's already existing thriving business? During the ghost month, they say, do not move into a new house. We say, then why not just co-own the biggest real estate properties and developments in the country? During the ghost month, they say, do not talk to yourself. Of course, we say you have the besties. Before, during, and even after ghost month, we have always been with you, physically or digitally, sharing with you everything we know, regardless if you are an investor or a trader. Whether you're besties or momshies, we have and will always be here for you. And most important thing is we will never ghost on you. Whether you are from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, we have tons of events running the entire month of August. Whether you believe in the ghost month or not, from free learning sessions during weekdays to paid workshops during weekends, we've got you covered. You may even drop our customer service team an email if you'd like to invite us over to your company or school event. To view the complete list of our nationwide events, all you have to do is to go to www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. Hover over the Seminars and Events Publications tab, click Calendar of Events, and choose from among our nationwide events. Note that whether you'd like to attend our free or paid learning programs, online registration is a requirement. Walk-in registrants are of course welcome, but we are going to prioritize those who pre-registered online. Of course, get to know more about us, our products and services, what we do by visiting www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. Like us on Facebook and join our fast-growing Facebook community and learn how to save and invest together with the rest of our clients. Please also follow us on Twitter and on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for a wide array of online learning content to get you started the proper way, at your own pace, at the comforts of your home or school or office, wherever you may be. The Hungry Ghost Month is a superstitious festivity filled with a growing list of do's and don'ts. These are exactly the reason why it gets, well, more interesting, to the point that it directly or indirectly affect the way investors and the stock market at large behave during the month. But with all due respect to those who observe the tradition, at the end of the day, we are the masters of our lives. Luck may run out, hard work doesn't. And I do hope this quick run through of everything you need to learn and unlearn about this ghost month was worth starting your week with. Brought to you by the guy who puts the be in besties, who is the exact same guy who puts the host in ghost. This has been Andoy thanking you, all of you, once again for tuning in. And my buddy Cara is signaling that we are now opening the gates of opening the gates of this afternoon's questions and answers portion, Q&A portion. So take it away, Cara.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Andoy. Really interesting discussion you've got there. All right, so now we are opening the floor for questions that you may have. So I'm sure our viewers here today took away ideas on how they can strategize their way around the looming negativity brought about by the ghost month in the stock market. So as we had on today's Q&A, we're inviting you guys to get on with your questions, whether it may be ghost month related or not. So if you have any questions, just feel free to send them in. So while we wait for the questions to start pouring in, sir, may I ask you a question first?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so related to the ghost month, what are you cautious about for this month? Whether it may be financially related or not, is there anything you're cautious about?
Yeah, two things. Generally speaking, I'm actually cautious about investments related, so financially finance related. I'm actually cautious about premature accumulation or premature buying, and at the same time premature selling. Meaning, we almost always end up making decisions. The thing about newbies, new investors is that they are guided by emotions. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that when it comes to the stock market, you have to eliminate the emotions. So that being said, I don't want to be spooked. At the same time, I don't want our clients, our besties, to be spooked by the sudden jolts of the stock market. So whether you are an investor, a long-term investor, a short-term trader, it almost always helps that you are guided by a plan. So stick to your investment plan, stick to your trading plan so you don't get spooked, so you are guided accordingly, so you don't end up making irrational decisions, premature buying, premature selling. But again, at the end of the day, if you'd like guidance, our research materials, our daily, weekly, monthly output, it's really engineered, it's really designed to provide you with guidance. It's designed to provide you with trading ideas, regardless if it's ghost month or not. No? It's really designed for you to take advantage of, so that you end up making informed decisions, not out of hype, not out of peer pressure, not out of sheer emotional decisions. So there.
All right, thank you for that answer, Sir Andoy. Like what Sir Andoy said, it's really all a matter of outlook, you guys. If you don't want to get ghosted or buy your investments, you do your research regardless if it's ghost month or not.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely the topic, who you gonna call, it's definitely First MetroSec in this
Absolutely,
sense.
absolutely.
All right, so let me proceed now with the first question that was
Sure.
sent, sir. So the PSEI is still going bullish till the end of the year.
Yeah. The house call is we are still optimistic that we are still about to see better days ahead. The thing is, again, most of the time, a lot of geopolitical tension, a lot of economic news really get released during this time of the year, and it's directly or indirectly affecting how people base their investment decisions on. So, First Metro Securities' house call, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is that the index, the PSEI, is still bound to go 7.879 by year end. Um, uh, we are constantly, again, whenever I say constantly, on a daily basis, we are reviewing everything so that we end up providing you with up-to-date information. In fact, we meet every morning just so we're sure that we're giving out up-to-date information, up-to-date figures. But to answer the question quickly, bullish by the end of the year, yes. We still see better days ahead.
All right, thank you for that, sir. Second question up. Would you say that the ghost month is the perfect time for the beginner investor to enter the stock market? Would you say that the ghost month is
Yeah.
the perfect time for the beginner investor to enter?
Cool. We almost we almost always receive that question this time of the year. Would you say the ghost month is the perfect time for a beginning investor, or perhaps those existing investors with enough capital to deploy to the market? Again, statistically speaking, historically speaking, the stock market has been performing poorly 10 times the last 15 years, the last 15 ghost months, the last 15 Augusts. No? So right now, I think the stock market midway through August is still in the red. So my answer is, statistically speaking, historically speaking, yes, it's a very good opportunity for newbie investors or existing investors with investable funds to enter the market. But again, the catch there is you have to be guided. As mentioned a while ago when Cara asked me what actually am I cautious about. It's one thing that you'd like to invest. It's one thing that you'd like to buy. It's one thing that you have investable capital. But our value added, First Metro Securities' role is to provide you with guidance as to when are you really supposed to deploy, when are you supposed to buy, when's actually a good time to buy. So we have close to 300 listed stocks in the market. You have 30 blue chip stocks. You have quite a number of options, but we can provide you with, as mentioned, daily, weekly, monthly research reports to provide to guide you. No, so again, the quick answer to that question, you might want to take advantage of the market's weakness during the ghost month, because again, if you're going to look back, September, 9 times out of the last 15 ghost months, the market rebounded. So you might want to take advantage of that by entering the market or deploying more, buying more of your favorite stocks during the ghost month. But please do it with guidance.
All right, thank you for that, sir. We have another question here. Is the ghost month that evident in the West, or does it create a bigger impact in Asia only?
Uh, the ghost again.
Since it's, I guess it's a Chinese tradition.
Yeah. In the Oriental countries, Asia, in Asia in particular, the observance of the ghost month actually goes beyond the tradition, beyond the festivities. Um, uh, Traditional Chinese, as mentioned, they even go to the extent of physically withdrawing money, physically withdrawing in investment possessions, whether it's doing good or even at a loss, just because it's the ghost month. That's how hardcore they are when it comes to observe in observance of the ghost month. Again, in the Western countries, it's more about their fund managers, American and European fund managers, going on vacation because it's the peak of summer. And that being said, if your top traders, if your top dealers are not around, then chances are your trades basically decline. You don't do a lot of trades during the same time of the year. So whether you're looking at the Asian markets or the American market, the European market, historically speaking, again, we're back with historical data. It's a good opportunity for you to take advantage of. Yeah.
Okay, so another question that we have here, sir. We have multiple questions in one entry.
Sure.
What happened to the market today? Is this a warning that the ghost month is beginning to show strength, or do we need to start selling too?
Yeah. What basically happened today, again, the thing about the ghost month is people people usually equate every ominous, every bad incidences. People usually blame the ghost month for anything and everything that's going wrong about the market. No. So what basically happened today? Let me just provide you with a very brief summary. Yeah, hold on. We actually could have ended worse. So the PSEI actually lost quite a lot with intraday, but rebounded before the market closed. We lost about close to 1%, 0.8% on good volume. Uh, Hold on. Foreigners sold off. Foreigners were heavy sellers because uh, basically every single sector lost. Only the mining and banking sectors were winners today. Um, if you'd recall, last Friday, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas announced that they will be they will be doing this triple R cuts soon follow after what yesterday
Friday.
Fridays after Friday afternoon's announcement of a 25 bip rate cut. So those are supposed to bring good news to the market. But again, at the end of the day, because we are predominantly foreign, we're dominated by foreign investors, by the foreign market. So we can only do so much. So there. Again, the thing about the markets during this time of the year is whether, especially if it's doing bad, if it's something's not going right. We almost always end up blaming the ghost month for it. But if you recall, there are quite a number of events that led to this. So it's not just because of the ghost month, not because we're a few days few days to the ghost festival, August 15th. So there.
Okay, thank you for that, sir. I guess we have time for around 2 more questions.
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay, we have another question here. Since prices generally go down during the ghost month, isn't it wise to buy more investment stocks, especially at bargain prices?
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to uh, recommend. No, whether it's directly or indirectly because of the ghost month, because people behave a certain way during August, you might want to take advantage of that. So if they're selling off, if the market is providing us with signals of weakness, then let's take advantage, because it's not our fault that it's behaving that way. If you'd really like to take advantage, um, buy your favorite stocks, buy your favorite index funds, buy your favorite mutual funds at relatively low price. But again, that relatively low price is something that varies from person to person, from investor to investor, from trader to trader. So in as much as we'd like to provide you with one solid number, it really depends on your pickup point, it really depends on your trading plan, really depends on your investment plan. So uh, we have quite a lot of facilities, we have quite a lot of tools designed to help every single type of persona, whether you're a long-term investor, short-term trader. Our Recognia alone, our automated chart pattern recognition system, it can actually provide you with short-term, medium-term, and long-term recommendations on a per stock level. If you feel like if you're doing technical analysis and if you'd like to confirm that you were able to spot signals, then it's actually a very good uh, check and balance type of tool for you to see if it was also able to identify a certain trend, which we're able to manually identify. So again, we could go on and on. We have quite a number of research outputs which are really designed for the retail market. If you're going to browse through our materials, we are actually trying to make it as understandable as possible, without using too much jargons, without using too much technical stuff, technical terminology, so you get to understand it better. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that answer, Sir Andoy. We have our last question here. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. I am a long-term investor. I am planning for my college fund for the college fund of my daughter. And what type of investment can you recommend?
Yeah. If again, consistent with our previous 21 episodes, um, in as much as we'd like to identify the best investment outlet for you, we really need to we really need to make sure that we get to know you better. Apart from knowing the objective, which is for your kids' college tuition fund, we have to understand how long are you going to invest for that? What's your time horizon? What's your risk tolerance? Again, it varies from person to person. Again, we may be a stock brokerage firm, but not 100% of our clients are stock market investors. That's the beauty about our mutual fund facility. So whether you're just trying to get your feet wet by investing in money market funds, um, going a notch higher by investing in bond funds, getting closer and closer to investing in in stocks by investing in well balanced funds, or if you're investing directly in stocks. Again, we can cater to your demands. So what I can possibly do is I can get in touch with you. I think Cara can pull up your email address. I'm going to get in touch with you so I get to again know you better. I get to ask probing questions, so I can come up with an intelligible recommendation. Because it's again, there's no such thing as the best investment outlet. It really depends on a certain number of factors. In as much as I'd like to provide you with a list of recommendations, it's better if I get to ask you questions first so that I can come up with a very solid recommendation. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that, sir. So for those questions that we weren't able to answer, we can also still accommodate these questions through email.
Yeah.
So that is it for our Q&A. Thank you everyone for participating and sending in your questions. So if you have any additional questions in mind, just send them in through our email. That's events@firstmetrosec.com.ph, and Sir Andoy will still do his best to accommodate these questions. And once again,
Yep.
we hope that through this episode, you are able to take away learnings on how you can strategize your investments during the Ghost Month, a journey we at First MetroSec hope to share with you. Now, before we end today's episode, it's time for our webinar giveaway. Our item up for grab today is our exclusive fan favorite First MetroSec Invest Now blank later shirt. So for our ambitious investors out there, here is the giveaway for you. So just fill in the blank with this of the sentence with your very own goals. So here's how you can join. All you have to do is take a screenshot of the next screen, post it on your Facebook wall along with a caption answering this very easy question about today's topic on the Ghost Month. What is your investing strategy during the Ghost Month or this month? We're encouraging you guys to be adventurous with your answers and be bold as much as you like. Just please don't forget to make your post public and tag us at First Metro Securities. We will be giving the shirt to the best answer we receive. So good luck, and once you guys are ready, you may take a screenshot now. And that is a wrap, everyone. Thank you for squeezing us in your very busy Monday schedules. We know that some of you are probably already on their way home, or perhaps stuck in traffic, or still doing overtime in the office. And we appreciate that we were able to share your time with me, Sir Andoy, and also the First MetroSec team. We hope that through today's discussion, we were able to help you take the next step in achieving your goals, whatever they may be. Before we bid you bye, we'd like to invite you to our upcoming seminars and events before the month ends. So head over to our calendar of seminars posted on our website to see if there's a First MetroSec event near you. So if you're interested to join in any of these events, just send us an email at registration@firstmetrosec.com.ph or register through the website. To get up to date with our latest events and everything in between, like, follow, and subscribe to our social media channels on screen. We're on your favorite social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Viber, so just follow us and click subscribe. And that is it. This has been your host, Cara, with our speaker, Sir Andoy, wishing you a very happy Tuesday. See you again next week, and don't forget who you are going to call. That's First MetroSec. Thank you, and as always, with First Metro Securities, it's #YourFutureFirst.